What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy start to the new week, Memorial Day weekend. Let's get into some big-time Seahawks news and updates, guys. Gabe Davis, wide receiver for the Bills, he's rumored to be a possible target for the Seahawks. Plus, an interesting ranking article puts Geno Smith and Sam Darnold at two places where, personally, I wouldn't have had them there, but we're going to analyze that rankings and talk about why I disagree. Plus, the Seahawks officially are confirmed to not be on Hard Knocks, so once again, the team will not be on HBO's signature NFL show throughout the season. They're not going to be on in the offseason or the in-season edition, so we talked about the implications and what that means for the Seahawks. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty okay with it, but let's get into it, guys. This is another episode of Seahawks Now. Of course, if you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what would you like me to talk about in future videos. All right, let's get into it, guys. Gabe Davis has been rumored to be a possible target for the Seahawks. This was not really on my radar until really today, when there's multiple articles coming out talking about former Bills fan favorite who could sign with the Seahawks. It is Gabe Davis, of course. He had a pretty solid career with the Bills. And it was because of Mo Moton of Bleacher Report, who wrote an article predicting that Gabe Davis will sign with the Seahawks. He writes, the Seahawks have enough room to add another big play wideout to the offense. With Cooper Kupp being an injury-prone receiver who has missed 18 games over the last 3 years and averaged only 10.6 yards per catch. Meanwhile, Marquez Valdes-Scantling averages 17.4 yards per catch, but he only catches 49.5% of the balls thrown his way. So, yeah, that's kind of alarming. So he writes, because of Kupp's injury history, Seattle needs quality depth at receiver behind Jackson Smith-Njigba. Gabe Davis has missed more than 2 games in a season only once in the past 5 years and averages 16.2 yards per catch. He was expected to be elite when he was with Josh Allen in Buffalo. Obviously, that didn't really turn out. I mean, he had a good couple of seasons. 2022 was his best. He was 23 years old back in 2022, and he went for 836 yards. Last season in Jacksonville, it didn't really work out for him. He went over to Jacksonville and kind of had a rough season, but also, look, everybody sucked in Jacksonville last year. I mean, Trevor Lawrence sucked in Jacksonville last year. He was a 4th-round pick in 2020. He's only 26 years old, so he still could be good. Yeah, last year, he's only started 9 games, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns. But if you look at, in 2023, he had 7 touchdowns. In 2022, he had 7 touchdowns. 2021, he had 6. So, yeah, he was productive. He was scoring touchdowns. He was going for, 500, 800, 700 yards. That feels to me like the type of player that the Seahawks could target. Now, the article's a bit misleading. Obviously, it says he's only missed more than 2 games once. That was last year when he missed 7 games. So his worst season and his most injured season was last year. Still, I don't think I would be that nervous about the potential of bringing over Gabe Davis. I think that could make a lot of sense for Seattle. All right, guys, let's move on to a recent article ranking Geno Smith 16 spots ahead of Sam Darnold. What do I think about this? Well, the truth is, I hate it. I mean, I just hate it. And to be honest, look, it's preseason quarterback rankings, so who knows? Who knows? But the idea that Geno Smith is that much better than Sam Darnold is crazy. I mean, yeah. Let's get into it. So this article, it has Geno Smith on the 3rd tier along with Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. Jared Goff ranked 9th. Geno Smith is ranked 10th. Brock Purdy is ranked 11th. It just, to me, both of those guys, Purdy and Geno, are ranked way too high. I mean, if you look at the numbers, last year, Geno Smith, not very good. He was good at some things, but he threw a lot of interceptions, didn't throw enough touchdowns, really struggled in the red zone. I understand he threw for a lot of yards, had a good completion percentage, but that's partially because of the offense they were in. They were in a high-powered offense that just kept on throwing the ball. Of course, you're going to rack up a lot of yards when Ryan Grubb literally at some points was refusing to run the football. So, yeah, of course he was going to rack up yards. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold, he just had the best season of his career. He threw for over 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, less interceptions than Geno Smith, significantly less. won 14 games, went to the playoffs. He was ranked 26th. I mean, that's just comically low. I really don't understand how he could be that low. To be honest, coming off a career year, he's ranked in the same tier as Russell Wilson. I mean, how does that even make sense? It doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense. When you think about the year Russell Wilson had, which, yeah, he was okay. You know, he had a couple of good starts with the Steelers, but Russell Wilson is not on even close to where Sam Darnold's at right now. And to say he's on the same tier, this is all according to Pro Football Focus, by the way. I should mention that it's John Costco. He's the one who did these rankings. And yeah, I mean, the idea that Sam Darnold is in tier 5, Geno Smith is in tier 3. Yeah, the description for tier 5 is veterans capable of solid play but could quickly be replaced. So that's what he thinks. He thinks that Sam Darnold is a veteran capable of solid play, but he could quickly be replaced. The only other guy on the tier, it's Darnold at 26, Russ is at 27, and Justin Fields at 28. I mean, come on. How do you think Sam Darnold is on the same tier as Justin Fields? Justin Fields was benched last year. He played 6 games. It's ridiculous. I mean, look at the tier ahead of him. Tier 4 includes guys like Bryce Young, who was terrible for pretty much his whole career. J.J. McCarthy hasn't even played yet. He's ranked at number 21. Really? Michael Penix Jr., who, again, 3 games he's played, and he won a single game last year. He's ranked at number 23, ahead of Sam Darnold. So is Drake May, who, what did he win, 4 games last year? Cam Ward, another guy who hasn't made a single start. He's ranked at 25. Caleb Williams, who, had a decent year last year, but again, only won 5 games. And by the way, got beat by Sam Darnold twice. He's ranked ahead of him. If you look at the third tier, you got guys like C.J. Stroud. Okay, that's okay. But Kyler Murray. Why is Kyler Murray ranked ahead of Sam Darnold? Kyler has really done nothing in his career. He has accomplished nothing. He made one playoff like 4 years ago, and he gets hurt every year. Trevor Lawrence had a really, really bad season. I get that he was a first overall pick. Not sure if he should be ahead of Sam Darnold. So there's a lot of guys, and to put Brock Purdy at 11, I mean that really, maybe I'm biased against the 49ers, but to be honest, I think that invalidates the whole list. Geno Smith at number 10, again, hard to argue with 22 touchdowns and 15 interceptions last year. That's just not good. I mean, it's not good. I know I'm ranting right now, but that's where I'm at. I mean, these rankings are terrible, so I disagree completely. Look, if you want to say Geno's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold, that's fine. We can have that argument. But to put him at 10 and put Darnold at 26, Darnold below guys who haven't even taken an NFL snap yet, and Geno ahead of guys like Baker Mayfield, who has legitimately been a really good quarterback the past few years. If you compare the stats between Baker Mayfield and Geno Smith, there's no way you could say Geno Smith is better, because Baker Mayfield actually scores. He actually scores points. Geno Smith does not. Sam Darnold, again, last year he actually scored points. He threw 13 more touchdowns than Geno Smith, and he threw 3 less interceptions. How does that not make him a better quarterback? I don't know. But guys, let me know down in the comments. Am I just insane for getting so riled up about these terrible rankings? I don't know. Maybe I am. Alright guys, let's finish up this video. The Seahawks officially confirmed they will not be on Hard Knocks after all. I wanted to follow up on this because I know a couple of days ago I talked about the rumors that the NFC West was going to be doing Hard Knocks and kind of what that would mean for Seattle. The truth is the Seahawks are not going to be on Hard Knocks. They have announced it. It's not going to be happening for Seattle, and honestly, I think that's a good thing. I don't think the Seahawks need the distraction of Hard Knocks. We've seen teams like the Jets kind of get on Hard Knocks, and I don't want to say ruin their season, but it became a distraction. It certainly became a distraction. So this year they have announced that it will be the Washington Commanders, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Giants who are going to be on Hard Knocks. It'll be the NFC East on Hard Knocks. I think that'll be interesting. Honestly, I do. I think, you get to see honestly, I'll be watching the Giants the most closely, just seeing what that quarterback room is like between Russ and Jameis Winston and Tommy DeVito and Jackson Dart. I mean, what an eclectic group of guys in that locker room that the Giants have. On the other hand, Philadelphia obviously just won the Super Bowl, so yeah, they deserve to be on national TV and on this HBO series. Meanwhile, Seattle, they avoid the distraction, they avoid the cameras. I know Pete Carroll never would have wanted to do it. Maybe Mike McDonald would be open to it at some point, but I'm okay not seeing the Seahawks on Hard Knocks. I think we'll get plenty of information about them from other sources and from less distracting sources. With that all being said, guys, it's going to wrap this video up for today. Again, as always, leave a like, leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the video, and as always, until next time, go Seahawks.